Hey guys, Cell here, and welcome back to some more Nikke, where it's time for us to do Boomsday. Now, I was gonna show the, what I did before this, but I figured I might as well do this first. Seeing as how it is 4 days, 19 hours left. So yeah, let's continue on, shall we?
When we were young, people often asked us about our dreams. Some of them say that they want to be doctors who save lives. Others proclaim they want to be a hero who saves the day, like the Archrangers. As for me, my response is always the same. I would answer while looking up towards the sky above me. My dream is to be able to look at the sky. The other kids would make fun of me and laugh. They'd say, "What kind of a dream is that?" I don't care. I would promise myself over and over again that one day I would be able to see the sky, really see it. I would see the big wide world where the sun shines bright. Back then, I didn't know. How could I have known that in chasing the sun? I'd end up in a darkened room where the only light is from a video game monitor. I'd yearn to explore this vast planet of ours, yet I've become petrified of the outside world. I thought I would be the protagonist in this story, but I'm barely even an auxiliary character. How could I have known?
How the heck did you say that word? Pumped, please introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Alec from the Electric Shock Squad. That should be enough, right? I can say anything I want and she'll edit it later. Are you sure I can say whatever I want? I can even talk smack about Miss Cheyenne or the false company secrets.
Oh my god, I love this girl already. Talking smack about Shuren? Yes, please. That's my cup of tea.
Just being as if you were in front of Shuren.
Ah, crud.
Okay.
Pumped, introduce the Electric Shock Squad.
Our squad focuses on the development and research of various electronics. Most of the electronic devices you use are products we've created. The squad consists of just Miss Troni and me. I'm in charge of energy efficiency and utilization, whereas Miss Troni takes care of all the engineering.
What do you think is the best product developed by the Electric Shock Squad?
That's a tough one. If I have to choose one, I suppose I'd see the converter, since it did solve the power problem in the Ark and all.
What do you think is the best product humanity has developed?
That's easy. Boom! Should I go on? Do I need to explain more about Boom? I can talk all day about Boom. It's a classic FPS masterpiece and the protagonist Boom Guy.
Yeah, she is talking about that game. The game of which I have never played at all. Not to mention it's an FPS I suck at FPSs, but yes, let's go on.
Oh, I should move on to the next question.
What are your goals for the future?
Goals? My goal is to install Boom on every electronic display in the Ark.
A moment later. Miss Lee's Tower Electric Shock Squad Dormitory.
Oh, finally back. I'll never get used to those darned interviews. How many of these promotional videos is Miss Lee's going to make us do? How about you join me for the next shoot, Miss Troni?
On the other side of the tightly sealed door, the sounds of a video game can be heard. Yeah, those were gunshots. She also playing Boom?
How about we grab a bite to eat then? A new restaurant just opened near us. And Miss Ether said it's delicious. How about it? Maybe you'd like to play a game together instead. I'm going for the Boom Speedrun record, and I've been having a blast. I could tell you about some of the glitches you can take advantage of. Miss Troni.
Ellie places her hand on the doorknob. Once she does, the sounds on the other side of the door instantly cease.
No thanks. Oh, okay. Then what about...
The game picks back up louder than ever this time, signaling Troni's unwillingness to continue the conversation.
Are you sure you're okay?
With some concern, Ellie looks down upon the scattered pieces of paper lying on the ground. They're from a research log that had been written a long time ago.
I should clean this place up. Otherwise, I'm sure to get an earful from Miss Shuren.
Ellie bends down and picks up one of the pieces of paper. Some words are scrawled on it. Electric shock research log. Month X, day X, a good day to play Boom at home. Participants, Ellie and Troy. Start of converter development.
Those were the days. I miss those days.
So that's what Troni looks like. And I see that she's part of the other demographic, you know. A certain type of demographic that's on the right side of the screen right now.
Is all the preparation done? Yeah. I'm really looking forward to this. Me too. Well, shall we begin? Sure thing. You can leave the circuit design to me. That's my area of expertise. You don't have to remind me, Miss Troni. Everybody knows you're the best in the field of electrical engineering. The best? Oh boy.
Troni hastily buries her face between her knees and begins to tremble.
What? Did I say something wrong? The best? Clearly not a big fan of compliments. Noted. Miss Troni and I used to talk all the time.
Ellie directs her voice towards the closed door.
Miss Troni, I'll come again tomorrow.
Ellie's footsteps fade away.
And Troni, are you sure it's okay to give Ellie the cold shoulder?
Oh wait, T-Roni, is that what this thing is called?
If you consider someone your friend, the least you can do is say hi to them. It's already too late. Why did you start playing games in the first place? I don't remember.
So is Troni the one from the beginning?
Then perhaps you should ask yourself. Is it really okay?
The fighter jet controlled by Troni is hit by enemy gunfire and explodes. Game over. The game over screen flashes a few times and then disappears. The screen turns off, leaving the entire room in darkness. The next day, Electric Shock Squad Research Lab. Ellie sits amidst a jumble of circuits and wires jotting down a research log. The Electric Shock Research Log. Month X, Day X, I'm dying to get back and play Boom. Participants Ellie Tro. Ellie suddenly stops in the middle of typing. With noticeable irritation, she then deletes what she just wrote. Participants Ellie.
Looks like things aren't going too well. Miss Ether, can I take a look?
Ether sits beside Ellie.
Electric Shock's research log. Oh, industrious as ever, I see. You haven't missed a day with these logs. If it were me, I'd have quit writing them long ago. It's not exactly my choice. I do this since I have to. A fair point. However,
Ether writes something on Eleg's tablet. Participant Eleg Trony.
are you sure you're doing everything you're supposed to? Aye. Miss Trony just needs time to rest. She'll be back soon to focus on the research. Is that so? Correct me if I'm wrong. But hasn't Trony been holed up in that room for years now?
Dang.
It doesn't make a difference to me whether Trony comes to the lab or not. It sounds like my own work will suffer from it. The only issue is that not everyone is as understanding, or as patient as I am. You've got until the end of the week. What? The higher-ups can't wait any longer. Please relay to her that she must decide by the end of this week whether she wants to continue locking herself in that room, or start working for the Ark again. You make sure she gets the message. And this is just an if she refuses to come out, what then? We'll figure out a way to make her work for the Ark again. A memory wipe, perhaps. If that doesn't work, then something else. Whatever is necessary to get her to work in the lab. You know, nothing is beneath the higher-ups so long as it benefits the Ark. Okay. I'll relay the message. Ah yes, almost forgot. I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but there were 6 power outages this year. Before that, we hadn't suffered any outages thanks to your converter. They were minor incidents and the general populace is still in the dark about it. But the higher-ups want you to get to the bottom of what's going on and fix it before the situation gets out of control. They also want that done by the end of the week. Oh, good luck.
After Ether leaves, Eleg stares at the words written on a tablet for a long time. Participant Eleg and Trony. An agitated Eleg paces up and down the hallway.
I can do this. I can do this. I can't put this off. I gotta do it today. I have to do it for Miss Trony's sake.
Eleg mumbles softly, psyching herself up. Finally, she stops in front of Trony's room. As always, video game sound effects can be heard from behind the door. After taking a deep breath, Eleg knocks.
Miss Trony, it's me. Did you get some sleep? You didn't stay up all night playing those games, did you? I'm guessing you've only had Splinterman and energy drinks as well. You should come out. We can. We can go out and have lunch together. And we could play Boom if you'd like. Or any other game. It doesn't matter. I'll play whatever you want. And just come outside. Miss Trony. Miss Trony.
Once Eleg raises her voice, the sounds on the other side of the door stop.
They say we only have until the end of the week. If you don't come out by then, they're going to erase your memory. So, please, come outside. Eleg, you can stop now. What? Didn't you hear what I just said? All of your memories will be wiped. It'll be fine. What? What are you talking about?
The game resumes and Eleg and Trony's conversation comes to a close.
I hear some noise, the explosion that sent a chill down my spine.
Okay, that was me talking, alright. I rush into the commander's room only to be greeted nonchalantly by both Eleg and Exia. So what are these two gamers, doing busting into my room?
Hello. A long time no see, noob.
What are you two up to?
And nothing, and just playing some Boom.
Playing Boom in real life? Boom? Exia has her face buried in a tablet. Beside her, Alex sits with her feet propped up on a desk as she sips on an energy drink. That's loud. It would appear the explosions I heard came from this Boom game they're playing. Why are you playing here of all places?
And don't bother me, noob. I'm in the middle of a speed run. Come on, Leg. What do I do next? Hurry up, time's running out. You've gotta break through the wall. That one right there.
The two of them are completely immersed in the game. At this point, nothing I'd say would get through to them. Since I don't have anything else to do, I sit down quietly and watch them.
Clear. A new record. Nicely done. Wasn't that fun? Totally. A great way to let off some steam. I told you, Boom is the best. Whether you just want to have some fun, relieve some stress, or take your mind off something that's getting you down, Boom is just what the doctor ordered. And now it's time for you to play Final Quest. But first, noob, I have something serious to tell you. Your healing sucks. You better pick it up next time.
Exia hands me a pamphlet. What's this? Inside the pamphlet is written, calling all gamers to the Arc Gaming Expo. Is this some kind of gaming event?
That's right. A festival organized by gamers for gamers. It's opening tomorrow. They've even got a real-life event going on for Final Quest there. I can't miss that. You've gotta come, noob. We absolutely, positively, must go together.
Look, I may be your healer, but you know how bad I am at that? Exia edges closer and closer to me with each utterance, her eyes brimming with excitement. I assume there's a reason it's so important that I come with you.
Naturally. One of the prizes they're giving out is this in-game skin that you can only get if you and someone else participate as a pair.
Wouldn't you participating with Eleg, be better? Or is the plot gonna go that, Troni is finally gonna come out and then she's gonna participate with Eleg and they're both gonna win?
We simply must get our hands on that costume.
If that's the case, okay. Are you here for the gaming event as well, Eleg?
Nah, I came here for something else. I happened to bump into Exia, and we started talking. We were debating which game was the best, Boom or Final Quest. To try and reach a decision, we figured each of us would play the other's favorite game.
Does that mean you installed both of those games on my computer?
Yep. Well, how about an Exia? Are you ready to admit that Boom is the one game to rule them all? And don't get me wrong, Boom is a lovely game, but it doesn't hold a candle to Final Quest. What? After you had such a hoot playing Boom, you're still sticking with that story. You haven't even played Final Quest yet.
The passionate debate between the two gamers rages on. It's fun seeing two gamers together. 1 hour later, the debate is still in full force.
No kidding. Is that even possible? Such are the charms of Final Quest, my friend. Do you understand now?
Now the question is she a DPS, a tank, or a healer?
It's like Boom, but with fantasy elements.
Eleg and Exia are having a ball geeking out about video games.
That reminds me. They'll be holding a retro game week as part of the Gaming Expo. Really? Yeah, and the special limited edition Boom package will be on display. Are you serious? It's written right here.
Ellie snatches the pamphlet from Exia.
Oh my god! It's true!
She's breathing heavy, man. Jesus. Ellie's eyes dart excitedly over the pamphlet.
Finally, I can get my hands on the limited edition that I've only heard about all these years. Huh? Is there a cosplay event too? There sure is. They're even having an Arc Rangers fan meet and greet there.
Ellig's smile disappears.
Is it alright if I keep this pamphlet? Sure, no problem. I'll see you at the expo tomorrow, noob.
See you there. Exia leaves. Ellie continues to regard the pamphlet, not saying anything. Is something wrong?
Yes. No. Nothing's wrong. I'm just a bit worn out from playing Boom all night.
If I recall correctly, you just claimed, amongst other things, that you play Boom to get your mind off of things.
I guess I did. And Boom works wonders for when you want to forget your troubles.
So tell me, what's on your mind?
I haven't exactly been forthright with you regarding why I came here.
All you've told me so far is that you didn't come here because of the Gaming Expo.
And that's true. It's just the real reason I came here to see you. It's because of someone of mine on my squad.
Trony?
Yes. So you've heard of her?
Trony from the Electric Shock Squad. Despite being a prominent pioneer in the field of electrical engineering, no one has seen her before. Rumors are swirling about her being some kind of hermetic mad scientist averse to sunlight. I try to put a positive spin on decidedly negative images of Trony in my mind. I heard that she doesn't like going outside very much.
That's putting it mildly. Other people have been much more callous in their wording. I was worried I would hear the same from you.
Never! Ellie grows morose as if replaying all the derogatory things she has heard about Trony. I try to keep the conversation moving and not let Ellie fall into a funk. Did something happen to Trony?
She's always been shy, and although she was never a big fan of going outside that much, she used to at least come out to use the laboratory. But for a while now, she hasn't even stepped out of her room.
Maybe she needs some time alone. We all need that sometimes. Yes, but for years?
She hasn't come out since she created the converter.
When was that?
Since before the outpost was created.
That long?
You've never seen Trony in person, have you, Mr. Commander?
Oh, so she calls us Mr. Commander. Alright. That's new. That's right, I've only heard stories about her.
I've done everything to try and convince her to come out of her room. But nothing ever seems to work. I came here for your help, Mr. Commander. I'm a bit antisocial myself, just like Miss Trony, so I don't have many other friends I can turn to.
Okay. I'm not sure how much I'll be able to help, but I'll try and come up with something. I follow Ellig into the Miss Lee's tower. Ellig and Trony's lab is located not far from their dormitory.
It's a bit messy, but you should be able to find a place to sit down if you look around.
After moving some circuits and wires, I managed to carve out sufficient space to sit.
Alright. I figure we should be ambitious with our goals here. So we'll attend the Art Gaming Expo with Miss Trony to play Boom.
Is that what you consider ambitious?
You bet I do. And we are talking about finally getting Miss Trony out of her room, and I'm confident we can do it.
Ellie looks at the Art Gaming Expo pamphlet with a glint of determination in her eyes. First things first, can you tell me more about Trony?
Right, a good point. It'd be difficult to come up with a good plan if you don't know anything about her.
What does Trony like? games.
Let's see. She loves the Black Archranger. She's collected nearly every figurine of him that's out there. At one time, she wanted to attend a meetup event. So she went out covered head to toe in black mask, hat, leotard, the whole 9 yards. The only thing was that she ended up running back here before even setting foot in the event. And that was the first and only time Trony ventured outside the misleased hour.
It makes sense that she'd be a fan of that show. That's good to know.
And let me think. What else does she like? Shooting games. She was hooked the moment I introduced her to them. The first time we played, Miss Trony thought she had to use her real name as her screen name. You should have seen how embarrassed she got.
But while L.A. relates all things Trony related to me, as she recounts every little detail, she is grinning ear to ear the entire time. You really like Trony, don't you?
Yes, she's the only true friend I have.
Do you have any idea why she shut herself inside her room?
I don't know. She's never told me.
Have you asked her?
She doesn't seem very keen on discussing it, and so I've been waiting until she volunteers that information. Anyway, do you think that's enough information to go on? Have you thought of anything?
I racked my brain for a few moments. What about this? Since she likes Archrangers, we can tell her we bought a limited edition figurine.
I tried that before. Miss Trony, do you know what day it is today? Well, if you're not gonna guess, let me tell you. Today is the season premiere of Archrangers, and I bought you something to celebrate. It's a limited edition figurine of the Black Archranger. What do you think of that? Would you like to come out and take a look? You've wanted this for a while now, haven't you? Look up. Huh?
Ellie gazes up in the corner of the ceiling and sees herself displayed on a CCTV monitor. In her hand is roughly shaped lump of clay.
So you were watching all along. Still though, doesn't look similar to the real thing. Not really. Oh, come on. I spent all night making it. Can't you at least give it a closer look? It may not be exact, but looks kinda similar. Fine, I'll come back tomorrow. She completely ignored me.
Are you sure it wasn't just because you tried to pass your handiwork off as the real thing?
No, because I did end up getting my hands on the real thing. Even then, after all that effort tracking it down, she still didn't budge.
Okay, how about this? It may not be a perfect plan, but we can see that Shuan wants to see Trony at once.
And trust me, I've already gone down that route as well. Miss Trony, something's happened. Shuan wants us to see it.
What? Shuan wants us to see us.
Shuan wants to see us. Remember the screen protector you put on Shuan's phone? Well, some air bubbles formed, and she's really peeved. Oh, that's obvious, huh? I guess that was a lame attempt at a lie even for me.
I was about to say, I didn't want to bring it up, but yeah?
Whatever, and don't pay me any mind. I'll see you tomorrow. It didn't feel right lying to her like that, so I decided to stop.
You sure it wasn't just the fact that your lie was so bad that you decided to stop before you tried again?
If I were to bring Shuan into the equation, I wouldn't have the confidence to deal with the real-life consequences.
I see.
I've tried just about everything under the sun.
So how's about I cosplay as the Black Archranger and see what happens? Though that would then mean I would have to learn the poses, wouldn't it?
And do you want to hear more?
Ellie recounts the various methods she has attempted over the past year. You tried everything that I can think of.
Yeah.
I think I might need a bit more time to come up with something new.
But by then, it might be too late.
What do you mean?
And we've got a deadline.
How long?
1 week. If Trony doesn't come out by then, her memories will be wiped. That's why I came to you. You're my last hope.
They're seriously considering wiping her memory. Have you told Trony this?
Yeah, of course I have. She said she didn't care. Please, Mr. Commander, can you go to Trony and try talking to her? I'm no good at talking, so I wasn't able to convince her, but you might. Please, I'm begging you.
Hold on, I never asked you something. Why is it that you're so desperate for Trony to leave her room? Ellie slumps for a few moments before answering.
Because she's destined for better things.
That's why you've never given up on her.
I know that. Whatever it is that's scaring Miss Trony right now, it's something that she can overcome. It might take months, or it might take years.
I mean, we're already on the years portion, but yes.
But she'll beat this thing. Someone who can shine as bright as she can shouldn't be holed up in a dark room all her life. That's why I can't give up on her.
As Helig exalts Trony, her own eyes brighten and her voice strengthens. You should try telling her that.
What?
Be honest with her. Tell her why you feel she has to come outside.
Do you think that will really work?
If you pour your heart out to her, I'm sure that she'll be receptive to it.
You think so?
If you're nervous, I can come with you.
Okay, I'll do it.
Shall we go see her now?
Let's.
At that moment inside Trony's room, the dim light from the gaming monitor scarcely illuminates the murky surroundings. Mounds of garbage are piled up everywhere, encircling Trony as she impassively plays her game. High score. Besides Trony, there is a radio which is playing Eleg's interview.
And what do you think is the best product developed by the Electronic Shock Squad? That's a tough one. If I had to answer, I suppose I'd say the converter. And since it did solve the power problem in the Ark and all. And what do you think, Trony? And do you think the converter solved the Ark's power problem? And there will be no more power outages. And that's all that matters. Trony, you know that's not true. And what you saw that day is still there. And running away won't solve anything.
Trony grimaces and changes the channel. The next channel is playing an advertisement for the re-release of the theatrical film, starring the dark hero who lives in the darkness, the Black Ark Ranger. Trony has seen the movie so many times that she can recite all the lines by heart.
You felt that way when you first developed the converter. You wanted to be like the Black Ark Ranger. You wanted to save the Ark. If someone like me could never do that. Rescuing the Ark. That's the role of other Nikkes. But Trony, you saw what happened there. I don't want to talk about it. Anyways, if my memories are wiped, everything that I saw that day, knowing that my dreams will never come true, I'll forget all of it.
Trony changes the channel again. This one is broadcasting news about the Ark Gaming Expo, a festival organized by gamers for gamers. The largest gaming gathering in the Ark Gaming Expo is officially underway. As always, we expect many game companies to participate and showcase their latest releases. Various events have been planned, most focusing on the most popular games, such as Final Quest, Iron Punch, Dragon Dungeon, and more. Dragon Dungeon? D&D? Iron Punch? Iron Punch. I don't know. There will also be a retro game week centered around limited editions of various classic games, including the limited edition Boom package. The Art Gaming Expo is gathering a whole bunch of attention and will be held for a week starting today.
A limited edition Boom package? Ellie would love that. Trony, if your memories are wiped, you would lose everything, all that you saw that day, Trony's dream. Even Ellie. Is that what you want?
Trony's reflection stares back at her from the monitor. As she gazes back, the reflection says,
My dream is to look at the sky.
Okay, so it was her. Once there was a girl.
My dream is to look at the sky.
Whenever the precocious Trony spoke of her dreams, the other kids were always puzzled.
And what kind of dream is that? If you want to look at the sky, all you've got to do is lift your head up. If you ask me, you've already achieved your dream. And when he asked her these questions, Trony would reply, The sky above us isn't the real thing. The real sky is much higher up and much more vast.
The sniggering, laughter, snickering?
Laughter became louder. And don't be such a weirdo, Trony. If this isn't the real sky, then what's the real one like? It's what lies above all those amazing places we've heard about in stories. The open sea, erupting volcanoes, and everything else waiting up for us on the surface. Above it all is the real true sky. And so your dream is to go up to the surface and get torn apart by raptures.
Her friends laughed at her.
You're such an idiot.
As time passed, her friends would hurl more vicious insults at her. And every time they did, Trony would fantasize about how one day someone would believe her. That one day the truth would come to light. No matter how much her friends made fun of her, Trony never stopped telling them about her dream. However, things rarely happened according to our plans, and Trony's dream would soon take an unexpected turn.
Apparently, we're supposed to be able to see something unusual in the sky today.
Yeah, I wonder what it could be. On a day when many citizens had gathered in the square to protect everyone in the Ark Nikkes, a video was projected onto the Ark's sky to display the Dome of Eternity. It was a 1-minute advertisement consisting of footage of Nikkes defeating raptures. The moment had finally come. Now everyone would believe her.
You see, I told you that wasn't the real sky. You had to go up to the surface to see it.
Trony, however, was unable to continue. The laughter from her friends, which had been directed towards her.
Why does the sky look funny? Are those raptures?
Soon gave way to panicked screams. The woman who had just been looking at the sky with her lover.
No, it can't be. Underground. No, no!
Was scratching her face in a frenzy as if her mind was in tatters. As for the man beside her, could I have forgotten? How could I? He stared blankly into space, tears pouring down his face. The truth had finally come to light, and the false reality they had constructed had crumbled. The ensuing panic and confusion consumed everyone and everything. Fear, frustration, and sadness swept over the crowd. And all Trony could do was weep. It was at that moment that she realized the truth is better left hidden. People were simply not ready to accept the truth. That year, Trony became a Nikke. That year was the deadliest in the Ark's history. Jesus. Trony was turned into a Nikke and joined the Electric Shock Squad. Upon being activated, she was given one mission directive.
We are to resolve the power issue in the Ark. It's been ravaged with power outages, and they want us to take care of it. If the Dome of Eternity shuts down due to one of these power outages, suffice to say that it won't be good. I know that all too well. I'm sorry if I brought it up a bad memory. We're probably gonna be too busy for a while to play Boom. Is that okay with you? I don't care how busy we are, so long as the Dome of Eternity stays on. Alright, and then we better dive into the research straight away. I'm looking forward to working with you. An awfully chipper greeting, considering the circumstances. It's just a standard greeting, and that's what you do when you want to form a relationship with someone.
Ellie grins while holding a book behind her back. The title of which is Interpersonal Relationships 101.
Is all the preparation done? Yeah. I'm really looking forward to this. Me too. Well, shall we begin? Sure thing. You can leave the circuit design to me. That's my area of expertise. You don't have to remind me, Miss Troney. Everybody knows you're the best in the field of electrical engineering. The best? Oh boy.
Tony hastily buries her face between her knees and begins to tremble.
What? Did I say something wrong? The best? Clearly not a big fan of compliments. Noted.
Electric Shock Research Log. Month X, Day X, a good day to play Boom at home. A participant, L.A. Drody. Start to converter development.
If something doesn't seem right, I again agree. What could have been the problem this time? Did I make an error in the calculations? I checked and double-checked them. Again. Let's run it again.
Electric Shock Research Log. A perfect day to play some Boom in the laboratory. Participant Elig and Trony. Disruption during converter development.
Oh, I'm back. How'd it go? I'll never get used to these darn interviews. Why in the world do I have to promote Miss Lee's anyway? I'm sure you did a great job. You should join next time. Miss Troney. Just thinking about it makes me feel nauseous. I couldn't possibly stand in front of a crowd of people. The moment I showed up on TV screen, Miss Lee's stock price is what plummets. Then Shuan will beat me to a pulp. It's a good thing I uploaded a new copy of my will to the computer, revision number 427. It's been an honor knowing you, LA. And what are you blabbering about? Now don't get carried away by your imagination. Besides, how come you're so obsessed with writing all these goofy codicils? Every time I see Shuan, I feel like I need to write another will.
Oh yeah, I know that feeling. I understand why you would feel that way. Although in my case, I just want to, see her get beaten to a pulp every single time.
Anyway, nothing bad is going to happen to you, so don't worry. More importantly, how was your research today? You must have had a tough time going solo. It wasn't too hard. You know, the capacitors that measures the power coming into the substation. I think they may be broken. They haven't been giving out any readings. Huh? That's strange. Wasn't everything working fine yesterday? I'll check if there's an issue with the power source tomorrow. You know where the power source is? It's just a matter of tracing the power back to its source. Nothing too difficult. It says you. That's advanced stuff that you can only pull off. Wait a sec. Did you say power chasing? That's illegal. You did behind my back. I'll leave the rest of this to you, Alec. What? That's another thing you say to someone when you're getting to know them. And now it's not the time to be using that.
Electric shock research log. Month X, day X, clear weather. Participant Trony. Error in measuring the power generated in the ARC's power source. Plan to check the ARC's power source directly. So does she learn where the ARC is truly getting their power from? And that's what scarred her? And that's what she wants to forget? LA gaps into a report written by Trony.
Based on the observations regarding the amount of power coming into the substation, the reason for the power outages being experienced in the ARC are not due to insufficient power generation. They are instead being caused by an excessive amount of power being supplied throughout the ARC's infrastructure, resulting in a power surge. Therefore, the converter's task is not to increase the power output, but in fact to divert the excess power generated by the ARC's power source. End of log. That's all correct. So tell me, what was the power source? Nothing special. That's a normal generator. Nothing special. Is that what you call a machine that generates infinite amounts of energy? We've dreamt about this for ages. This means the ability to create an infinite energy source is hidden somewhere in the ARC. Aren't you even curious? How could it have remained hidden all this time? What's the truth behind all this? What are we missing here? I'm tired. I can imagine, considering how hard you've worked on that converter. Well, you can rest easy knowing that we put a stop to all those pesky power outages. You should go and rest.
Electric shock research log. Month X, day X, a perfect day to play some boom in the laboratory. Participants Elig and Trony. Converter development completed.
Miss Trony.
Electric shock research log. Month X, day X. Participant Elig. After development of the converter, Trony continues to be absent. Yeah, this happened after she saw the power source. The day Trony learned the true identity of the power source of the ARC, she felt a tremendous fear. At the same time, a thought ran through her mind. The truth is better left hidden. People are not ready to accept the truth. It was for this reason that Trony decided she would keep the truth hidden, and she shouldered all the fear that came with it herself. As Trony stares at the monitor, she drops the tablet in her hand, then buries her face between her knees, as if to block out all sound. What the hell did she see that is the power source of the ARC? Is it multiple Nikkes powering, the ARC itself? Discarded Nikkes? Forced labor? What the hell could she have seen? As if to separate herself from the world, her body begins to tremble, and the tears stream down her face, staining her sleeves. Suddenly, there is the sound of footsteps out in the hallway.
Miss Trony, it's me. Elig.
Elig stands outside the door.
Trony, something happened today. I met with Mr. Command. Wait, no, that's not it. The ARC Gaming Expo is tomorrow. They said they're gonna have an ARC creators meet and greet there. Isn't that exciting? No, that's not what I'm supposed to say either.
Every time she approaches the door to Trony's room, Elig stops short and pulls back. Having a hard time?
Yeah. Expressing your feelings is harder to say than done. And now that I'm actually doing it, I'm kind of freaking out.
Are you scared you won't be able to properly express yourself?
Yeah. I must look pretty pathetic right about now.
Not at all. This is a perfectly normal reaction.
Really?
But Ellie, nothing will change if you back away from this. Now is the time to take a step forward.
I know, you're right.
You don't want to abandon Trony and leave her like this, do you?
No, I never want that.
Then buck up. I can tell how genuine you are. I'm sure Trony will sense that as well.
It just gotta be genuine, that's all.
Ellie mumbles to herself as she once again steps towards the door. After taking a deep breath, she knocks at the door again.
Miss Trony, it's me again. Ellie, I have something to say to you. It's about an old story from way back. When I was young, I was always bullied by my peers for liking Boom so much. They called me a weirdo, said that I was obsessed. They said it so much that even I started to believe it. I felt like an outcast, like I couldn't be accepted anywhere. I started to spend more and more time in my room. But then one day, I heard a girl's voice outside my window shouting. My dream is to look at the sky. And that's not the real sky. The real sky is one that lies above all those amazing places we've heard about in stories.
So she is the one who pushed Ellie to, change herself, huh? To believe in her dream no matter what?
The moment I laid eyes on that girl, she was positively radiant. The confidence with which she stood by her dreams, no matter what others said. I wanted to become like her. To have that same self-assurance. To be able to have my convictions and stand by them. I think that's when it happened. When I first had the desire to install Boom on every device I could find. That way all those people who ignored me before would see just how great Boom was. I realized it's a bit weird of a dream, but that's when it all began. Miss Trony, you're like a beacon of light. And you shine far too bright to be spending your life locked up in a dark room. I know that. Whatever it is that's scaring you, I know that you'll overcome it. No matter how long it takes, you will finally overcome it. You mustn't forget your dream. You've always wanted to make sure the Dome of Eternity never turned off. To make that dream a reality, you overcame your past trauma and made the converter. Ellie, So please, come outside now and we can play some Boom like we used to. Or heck, we could play any other shooter game you like.
All the lights in the hallway cut out. It's a power outage and it's affected the entire arc. Oh no. The loss of power causes widespread panic in the ark. Even from Trony's room, distant cries can be heard off in the distance.
I knew something bad was going to happen. Trony, something's wrong with the converter. I've got to go take a look at it. I'll be right back. Mr. Commander, let's go.
Footsteps fade away.
Trony, if your memories are wiped, you would lose everything. All that you saw that day, Trony's dream. Even Ellie. Is that what you want?
Trony wrings her shirt more tightly.
No, I can't let that happen. Trony, running away won't solve anything. I know that. Trony, whatever it is that's scaring you, you can overcome it. Didn't Ellie tell you the same thing? Miss Trony, you're like a beacon of light, and you shine far too bright to be spending your life locked up in a dark room. I know that. Whatever it is that's scaring you, I know that you'll overcome it, no matter how long it takes. You will finally overcome it. You mustn't forget your dream. You've always wanted to make sure the Dome of Eternity never turned off. To make that dream a reality, you overcame your past trauma and made the converter. So, let's go outside. We have something to do.
Trony lifts her head. As she does, she glances at the monitor. On the screen are the various stats on the HUD for the shooting game. And above that, a fighter jet that Trony is in control of. On the HUD, there is a screen name. Trony. As the backup power also runs out, the monitor gradually fades, leaving Trony facing only her reflection in the glass.
Running away won't solve anything.
With trembling hands, Trony opens the door. The dark hallway seems both familiar and foreign. Black Ark Ranger figurines and other merchandise line the entire length of the passage. Video games, CDs, comics, and more. All things that Ellig had purchased throughout her years of attempting to draw out Trony. Trony glances at the gifts that Ellig had prepared for her, and then rushes outside. It's finally out. I follow Ellig into an unfamiliar building. Where are we?
This is the substation.
Wait, are we also gonna learn what's powering the Ark? And what got Trony so scared?
This is where all the electricity produced in the power plant is converted and distributed to various locations. Basically, how it works is...
Ellig proceeds to bombard me with an in-depth explanation that I only grasp on a superficial level.
In summary, the converter is the entire reason why the Ark has a reliable power supply.
If that's the case, then something must be wrong with the converter, is that right?
Correct. Can you shine the flashlight over here?
I point the flashlight where Ellig directs me to.
And watch out for areas where sparks are flying. I'd be okay, but I don't want you getting electrocuted.
How does it look?
To be honest, not so good. For some reason, more power than usual is being generated from the power plants. The converter is being overloaded. Right now, only some areas are experiencing a power outage. But unless we attend to this quickly, it'll spread throughout the entire Ark. And that would include the Dome of Eternity.
That would be a big problem.
Exactly. There was a time when they tried to show an advertisement on the Dome of Eternity. And once people realized that the sky above them was a fictional construct, they lost their minds.
More than that, I heard many people fell into depression.
Yes, and now it's just from a short 60-second advertisement. And now imagine what would happen if it were to go completely kaput.
We've got to do something.
I know. We've got to do everything we can to prevent that from happening. While I rewire the circuit here, can you? I've already taken care of the circuits over there. What? And what else can I do? Miss Trony.
Ellig embraces Trony.
Ellig. It's nice to see you outside. You're suffocating me. Oh, sorry. I'm just so jazzed up. Perhaps we can save all this for later. You got it. Now let's get back to work. Since Miss Trony is here now, we should be able to repair the converter in no time. Mr. Commander, can you go and tell the others that the power will be back on? I don't want anyone losing their heads out there.
On it. I'm glad you two are on the case.
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
Some way behind, Trony hangs her head. Then I'll leave the rest to the experts.
Okay. Here you go.
Trony hands a tablet to Ellig, which displays her calculations regarding the power output.
Holy moly, this thing is outputting twice as much power as before. And no wonder the converter couldn't handle it. We've got to improve the converter's handling capacity. Do you think you can do that? I've done it before. Good, then let's get started. Oh, Miss Trony. Yes. It's nice to be working with you again. Uh-huh. Same here. And now all we've got to do is replace this circuit, and we should be done. Yes, nearly there. Ellie, I have something to say. What's that? What we're doing here. It won't solve the issue with the Ark's power. I figured. This incident proved as much. I'm not sure what exactly powers the Ark, but something like this could happen again. If we want to solve this problem for good, we've got to find a way to control that power source. Although it beats me how you're supposed to rein in a power source that produces infinite energy. It's frightening, isn't it? And that such a thing could exist in the Ark. You can say that again. Wait, you're scared too. Of course. I always thought you weren't scared of anything. Don't be silly. Of course there are things that freak me out. Well, you certainly seem fearless when you secretly installed Boom on Shuen's phone.
She actually did that? Dang.
Actually, have I ever told you why I like Boom as much as I do?
Trony shakes her head.
Boom is an old school game. So many ways it doesn't hold your hand. It doesn't give you a map, or tell you where you are on a level. And no information about how many enemies there are, or item locations. You've got to figure it all out as you go. In the beginning, it was really scary. You never know when an enemy would pop out or if you'd fall into a trap. But as you keep playing, you slowly become more familiar with the layout of the levels, where your current location is, how many enemies are left, and where certain items are. You find these things out naturally over the course of playing. After I'd cleared the entire game, I felt a real sense of accomplishment. That's when the Boom hit me, so to speak. That's why Boom is so much fun to me. We're experiencing the same thing here. The fact we may not know much is terrifying. But if we keep gathering information, we'll eventually be able to control this thing. That's when we'll feel the Boom baby. Here we go.
The newly renovated converter kicks into gear, and pulse-pounding 8-bit music fills the air along with a spectacular light show.
Boom, baby.
All around them, Boom plays on every visible display.
I figured since we had such a hard day, we deserve to live a little. And what a feeling.
Ellie and Trony look around the multitude of Boom images surrounding them, with goofy smiles plastered on their faces.
That was fun. I guess it's about time we head back. Ellie. Before we head back, can we stop by somewhere? Where? The Ark's power source. I want to show it to you.
Is the power source a rapture?
Wow. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Are you seeing this, Mr. Commander? It's a limited edition Boom package.
Yes, I see it. We've been staring at it for an hour now. Hey, look at Exia! Alright, so this is the outfit that she gets, that we can get. Is this supposed to be us? You have interesting case. Novel? Okay.
Noob, let's leave Ellie to her devices. We should head over to the final quest event. It'll be starting any minute now.
After Electric Shock banded together to solve the power outage crisis, all of us decided to come to the Ark Gaming Expo to celebrate. I never thought you'd be joining us, Trony.
It's only because they told me there was going to be an Ark Rangers meet and greet. I gathered enough courage to make it out here. But there are so many people. And never mind, forget it. I want to go home. And do you see that, Miss Trony? It's the limited edition boom package. Holy moly. Wowee. Ellig.
All's well that ends well, I suppose. At least Ellig and Trony are getting along again. I know you had the day off, Exia, but what about you two?
Man, I can't believe it. It's the Doomsday Special Edition package.
Could you please get a hold of yourself and answer my question? And Trony, help me out here. I look over at Trony, who has tears in her eyes.
Oh, we are so doomed.
Huh?
Shuin actually wanted us to come in today, but Ellig ignored her and dragged me here instead. She seemed pretty angry about something, although I'm not sure what. I've got it written down here somewhere. Out of the 427 times Shuin has called us in, there were 201 outbursts, 149 instances of verbal abuse, 45 flip-outs, and 32 counts of disciplinary action.
Oh no. Trony shudders and slumps, nearly sliding off her chair, but LA catches her.
Don't worry too much. It's probably nothing. Yeah, you're probably right. We did everything Shuin asked us to. We changed all her passwords from 3 months ago. We found the remote control that had gotten lost behind the sofa.
She's that lazy that she called you two to find the control? Does she always make you do all these menial tasks?
She's just upset because I told her I was going on strike. I didn't implicate you, Trony, so you don't need to worry. Just strike. Time to start with will number 428. I, Trony, and Nikke, belonging to the Electric Shock Squad, passed away here on this day.
Trony turns pale as a sheet and slumps down from her chair.
Trony!
Are you sure you two are okay? As long as you're getting along, I guess that's all that matters.
What did you think of the expo today? It was exhausting. That's cause it's been a while since you last went out. Anywho, let's hurry back. Ellig, I got an autograph in a Black Arc Ranger. I finally got it. I did it. Didn't I tell you? You can overcome anything. Yes, you did tell me that. When I was watching you today, I came to a decision. And what was that?
Trony looks up at the sky.
Someday, I will make it so that everyone can see the real sky. Is that so? You do know that what that entails, don't you? I do. That's nice. When that day comes, my dream will come true as well. Your dream? You bet. When people can see the real sky, we won't need the Dome of Eternity.
Wait. So the moment everyone can see the real sky, are we gonna turn Dome of Eternity into the Boom of Eternity?
And that means no one will see anything if I install Boom on it.
I knew it.
You're right. That really will be boomtastic. You bet it will. I guess the arc will disappear one day too, won't it? Yes, it's dangerous having something you can't control. It looks like we'll have to work cut out for us. And what do you mean? You want everyone to see the real sky, and I want to install Boom on every monitor in the arc. And we want to create a future where the arc is no longer necessary. We'll have to bust our butts. We'll first start by working on the arc's power source. We can't leave it as is, especially since we don't know when it will cause more problems again. We've got to find a permanent solution. The first order of business is finding a new power source. Yeah, but we can't continue using the one we've got now. If we can't find anything viable in the Ark, then we'll find something up on the surface. Either way, we'll figure it out somehow. And when that day comes, it'll be a real boomsday.
Boomsday, yeah. Well, that was fun. Getting to learn more about L.A. and Trononi. Mixing up, you know, who was talking in the beginning. Obviously, I wouldn't know. I figured it was L.A. No, it's Trony. The fact that Trony, however, has never left her room in years. It's kind of similar to me in a way because I don't leave my house. I literally don't. I just sit here and game all day. It's a real issue, I'll say. Come on, girls! I mean, I haven't fought the turtle in a while. But whatever the heck this rapture currently is. But yeah, the event was fun. I enjoyed it. I really want to know what the heck the power source is for the Ark. But obviously it was something so terrifying that Trony literally never left her room, trying to keep that secret for years. Now again, is the power source of the Ark actually a rapture? Is it, you know, multiple Nikkes being forced to be the power supply? I have absolutely no clue. But it's gotta be something terrible for them to want to change it. But yeah, again, I've also never played Doom at all. It was fun though. So yeah, I wonder what the next event's gonna be. If there's 4 days, 17 hours left. I don't think there's any info on Twitter, right? So yeah, there wasn't anything when I recorded this last, but the next event is called Kill the Lord, which apparently has D involved, which is going to be us in round 2, I'm assuming, of us pretending to be a married couple, which is very nice. Although, you know, why D, not K? Because we had D a long time ago. You'd think that K would be next, right? Unless she doesn't become a banner. Poor K is getting left in the dust again. I really want to see her in the game, man. If anything, I want to be able to pull for her. So yeah, now that I've said this, back to what we were doing. Either way, let's look at Exia's outfit real quick before we actually end things off. Right over here. Here it is. The peaceful everyday lives of Nikkes away from the battlefield. It's literally just called Gamer. I mean, she looks nice. Very nice. Front and back. Not bad. I like it. I also like the fact that they put glasses on her. It's very nice. Am I gonna get it though? No. I ain't got the money for that. At all. Union, extra points. How many do we have? Like, I don't think we have enough at all to get anyone near core 7. But maybe core 3? Here, 96,000, 20, 20, 40, 60, 80. So I could get someone to core 1, which would probably be... Wow, I actually managed to remember her name. If Liberalio becomes a character that's just like Nihilister, to where you have to rehabilitate her? Or liberate her. Which one was it? I do not remember. It's been so long since I've actually done it. It's a rehabilitation or liberate. Imagine if there was just new girls here and they never mentioned it. Yeah, that's rehabilitation. Investigate. So yeah, imagine that Liberalia is the next one of these. If she is, it's for one gonna suck because it's gonna take a long freaking time to get her. Just like Nihilister. But, I mean, again, I could get her to Core 1. If she costs about the same as, you know, Nihilister. Which sucks. But yes, I really want to know what's happening with Liberalia. Or more to the point, who's going to be the next... Okay, I can remember her name, but I can't remember what she was. What was Modernia? Heretic. If she's the next heretic we get, that'd be kind of interesting. I know a lot of people have wanted Liberalia. But I'm curious who the next heretic is going to be that we actually get. Will it be Liberalia? Because she technically is the only other one we've seen. Oh wait, Indivilia. Right? Indivilia 1 and 2. There's that one as well. That one's crazy. Now who would be first between those two? Liberalia or Indivilia? One of the two. I mean, I would prefer, you know, Liberalia, but yeah, either way, it'd be fine. So yeah, with that, I'm going to be ending this episode. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys next one, where sadly we don't know what's coming out because I managed to do this, you know, a day or two earlier before they would show us what the next event is. But who knows? Maybe it'll be someone from yet again another new squad that I have never seen. Or hell, it could be someone that shows up in the mainline story that we haven't done yet. Now, since the next event will take a while to finish, the next thing that I show will probably be the side missions that I have never touched before. So the last recording I did was side missions, because we're trying to find Reptilion side mission. I need to do those before we do the main story. Since, yeah, you know, last message I vaguely remember on the phone was from Reptilion. So we need to do those until we find Reptilion and finish them all. After that, we can continue on with the main story. It's driving me insane. I want to know what the heck happens. But because Reptilion's a part of it, I need to know the backstory of the character which was a side character, which is now somehow a main character. At least currently in the current chapters. So yeah. Next thing I show will probably be what I did before, then we'll continue on trying to find Reptilion. If that was actually the name. I believe it was. So either way, till then I will see you guys later. But you know what? While we're here, can we get a single SSR? If we do, then I'll record, you know, some more today. Nope. Alright, I guess I'm done today. Hey, it's Pina! Alright. See, either way, till then I will see you guys later.